Today, they are singing in Jamaica. Jamaica, Jamaica, Jamaica land we love. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Cricket Forum. Please like, share, and click on that subscribe button in the bottom right hand corner. There's lots to get into today. So please let us start with a summary of the finals of the Regional Super 50 Limited Over competition, which Jamaica won. And as I started out there saying, Jamaica, Jamaica, Jamaica land we love. We were hoping for a more high-scoring game. We were hoping that it would have been another 300 plus runs per innings game, but we never got that. But still, it was an exciting game in the end, and we are very happy. Well, I am very happy that Jamaica have won. I know some will lose and some will win, and those who were on the losing side, I sympathize with you, but we are still brothers. We are still brothers, and it's still one love. But today is my day to rejoice on all those who are supporting Jamaica. As I predicted yesterday morning, Jamaica would have won. And this is my second prediction that I'm getting right, because I predicted that Jamaica would have also won the CPL. I was covering the CPL for KLAS radio in Jamaica. And at the initial stage, I had said that the St. Kitts and Nevis Patriot would have won the CPL. That was my initial prediction, so I got that wrong. Once the tournament moved to Guyana, and I saw what was happening in Guyana, I was on the ground in Guyana, and Guyana was building up momentum. The Guyana Amazon Warriors, they were building up their momentum. But when I look at the schedule, and I realized that the schedule was far too hectic for Guyana to win the competition. So I ruled them out. In addition to the cricket schedule, where they would have to play 6 matches in 10 days. In addition to that, the scheduling that the private sector and the government have for the players outside of the cricket matches were just too much. So I ruled out Guyana. St. Kitts and Nevis Patriot was my first choice. Clearly, by the time the tournament reached Guyana, they were not going to win. St. Lucia never have the bowling. And when you look at the Barbados Royals, you realize that from the South Africans leave, Miller, and what the wicketkeeper name, the wicketkeeper batsman, the clock. I just don't think that once they missed the leadership of Miller and the clock going with him, and so I picked the Jamaica Talawas to win the CPL. And now I picked the Jamaica Talawas. Yesterday morning, if you look at my video Wednesday, I picked Trinidad and Jamaica to be in the finals. And yesterday morning, I picked Jamaica to win. Now, I only get things right 55% of the time. And I know I soon start getting it wrong. And you in this wonderful community is going to let me know about it. But now that I'm getting right, I'm going to let you know about it. So I got these right. So now to the math summary. I just check in the chat here. Good morning. Blessing, Sheldon. Blessing. Sheldon, one of us have to win. And I know you are still good. So blessing, Sheldon. Blessing, Mr. Casanova one. Blessing, good morning. One love. I know Sheldon and I have good banter. We respect each other and we disagree on opinions. You know, nothing personal, just a matter of opinions. Sometimes we share the same opinions. Sometimes we disagree on opinions. So Sheldon and I have a good relationship online. Yes. So I'm when I say that, I got these two right. And I know when I get it right, you are going to come at me and you're going to put it in the chat and you're going to come at me. But for now, I'm getting it right. Respect Karen Sutton. Thank you for tuning in. Respect. So let us look at the Trinidadian innings. They made 217 all out, which this was a below par score. Carrier top scored at 43. Hussein made 37. Otley made 33 and Django made 23. This was a far below par score. We were really looking for more than this for Trinidad. Once they made 217, they were going to be on the back foot. Gordon got 3 for 51, Royal 2 for 22, and Odin Smith 2 for 20. 29. And so they bowled out Trinidad for 217. In reply, Jamaica made 218 for 7. Walton 80, McCarthy 55, Powell 25, and Smith 13 not out, hitting the winning run in the end. Carey Pierre, who took 2 for 42, and Hines 2 for 31. And Jamaica winning by 3 wickets comfortable. Now, when you look at the match, I really think that those persons who are saying Powell should be the captain of the West Indies team, that sound is going to get louder. And towards the end of this broadcast, I'm going to look into that captaincy issue. But the sound is going to get louder. Yesterday, in that opening stand, when Carrier and Amir Jangu were batting for Trinidad, and I think they put on 43 for the first wicket, Powell brought himself on and broke that partnership. He broke that partnership and he ended up getting 1-0 for 24. So he brought himself on and broke that partnership. 1 tick in his box. Now, everybody was expecting him to call and Simit, but he gave Royal the ball to bowl to the 2 left-hander. He gave, who was at number 3? Mohammed was at number 3. So he cleaned up Utley and he cleaned up Mohammed, Royal. Another tick in Powell box. But instead of continuing with Royal, what he did, he brought on Bulai to mesmerize Bravo. Bravo was totally outfoxed. You know, the funny thing about it, now everyone was expected, he then brought on Odin Smith, and Odin Smith lick away the captain, Nicholas Puran. Carrier and Hussein were putting a good look partnership together. He bring back Nicholas Gardner, and in the first over that Nicholas Gardner bowled, he forced Carrier to step on his stump and broke the partnership. And from that, Trinidad never really recovered. So people are calling for Powell to be the captain of West Indies cricket. They are going to look at these things and say that he's a genius. They're going to look at the innings that he played in the semifinals and think he's God sent from heaven to captain West Indies team. So the argument for Powell to be captain of the West Indies team is getting louder and louder and louder. So in the end, Jamaica won by 3 wickets. There was a scare towards the end because Carey Pierre and Terence Hines really put some pressure on the Jamaican batting towards the end. Significantly, Merchant for Jamaica, who bowled 10 overs up front, 10 overs for 23 runs, he basically cancelled out Narayan 10 overs. And it was the first time in the tournament that Narayan was going for 32 runs in his 10 overs. Hussein bowled his 10 over and got 1 for 26. Narayan never got a wicket. And that must give credit to the Jamaican batsmen who were able to bat out their innings, and Narayan did not get a wicket. So it was all in all, it was a good performance from the Jamaica Scorpion teams. And those who are returning to the island today, they will be very, very happy. I know most of the players, Simit, Powell, quite a few, Cottrell and those players are off to Abu Dhabi to play in the T10. So too are some of the Trinidadian players who are going off to Abu Dhabi. They would have been leaving tonight. They would have been leaving this morning for JFK, and from JFK tonight to Abu Dhabi. So these players will be going off to play in the Abu Dhabi to T10. The rest of the players will be coming to Jamaica and Trinidad later today. So congratulations on Jamaica for winning the Regional Super 50 tournament for the first time in 10 years. And there's a good buzz, and I'm not going to tell you any lie. I am happy. Now, the umpiring throughout the tournament was not the best. And somebody in one of the comments said that they hope that both teams get over 300 runs and that the umpiring will be good. It was not at the best. There were a number of decisions that I think did not go the way it should go. And I'm going to single one out in particular. And I am telling you, I was surprised that Chadwick Walton was not given out. I don't know why he was not given out. The umpire is in the best position, but I was very surprised that he was not given out. The umpiring in the competition was not the best. And I hope that we can do things to improve the standards of our umpiring in the region. But I cannot, if I was to rate the umpiring out of 10, I would give them average, 6. I would give them 6. I wouldn't fail them, but I would give them 6, maybe 7. So I would give them 7, you know. But there's a lot of room for the umpiring in the Caribbean to improve. Now, the Powell reactions, that being said, Powell reaction to when he was given out leg before by the umpire. I think it was Reefer. I don't remember if it was Reefer or the other umpire. I don't remember his name now. But when he was given out, Powell reaction is dividing opinions. Yes, at this stage, it is a dividing opinions. Powell reaction when he was given out. There's on one side of the argument, this is what some people are saying on one side. And I understand that it divides opinion. I fully understand. On one side, people are saying that he should not have displayed such open dissatisfaction with the umpire decision. They were saying it was too open. He doesn't agree with the umpire decision. Fine. That's okay. That's on the human being. So, but you never need, with the match being broadcast to the entire world, and people watch, over 20,000 persons were watching on YouTube alone. Plus, we do not know the figure from ESPN at this time. So there are persons who are coming down and saying that Powell should not have openly displayed his dissatisfaction with the umpires. And persons are pointing out that this is the second time in the tournament that Powell was given out leg before and he openly disagreed with the umpire decision. And so they are saying that they have seen where Powell have been given out leg before already in international competition. He reviewed the decision because he thought it was not out. And when he reviewed it, the umpires were actually right and he was out. So that's one side of the argument. The other side of the argument, that the other side of the opinion is that it was a high-stake game. It was high tension. He wants to see Jamaican home. He wants to take his team to victory. And when he out, his pride was a little bruised. His pride was bruised because he wanted to be there at the end. And the emotion got the better of him. And he's only human overall. So his reaction have divided opinions. Some are saying that they are dissatisfied with it, and others are saying it was just an emotional thing. They are pointing to the fact that it was a high-stake game, it was a championship game, and he wanted to take his side to victory, while others were saying that he should not have displayed so openly because they have seen time in the past where Powell, given out in international cricket, reviewed the decision, and the decision of the umpire turned out to be right then. So you should not have displayed. So I know his reaction of divided opinions, and I don't have a comment on it. I could give an opinion, but I'm just giving two sides of the story because I do understand both sides of the story. Sheldon is saying the umpire could not send him. It was not in the script. I don't understand, Sheldon. The umpire could not send him. It was not in the script. I don't understand. I agree with you, Mr. Casanova one. Some of the umpiring decision was atrocious. Mr. Casanova one is saying that some of the umpiring decision was atrocious. So there's Mr. Casanova one comment. Some of the umpiring decision was atrocious. I totally agree with you, Mr. Casanova. There were really, really some bad decisions. And I cannot understand. In my opinion, I think the Ravman Powell one is 50-50. And that's just my opinion. It could be out, it could be not out. But in my opinion, I really think the Chadwick Walton one was dead. And there were some decisions that went against Brandon King earlier in the tournament. They were really, really atrocious. I agree with you, Mr. Casanova. Some of these decisions were atrocious. So the umpiring in the tournament was very poor. Now, I want to say something about Gabriel, because if Gabriel was on that field last night, it could have been a different match. Gabriel bowled 4 fast overs. And what I particularly like about the dismissal of King, if you look back at that, I think that he set up King. In my opinion, he was bowling full and straight, sometimes even over pitching. He was bowling full and straight. And when he goes into the pitch with that short ball, King was late on the pull shot and glove it to the keeper. I think it was brilliantly set up by Gabriel. That's my opinion. I think he set up King brilliantly. But my challenge with Gabriel all the time was his fitness. And in a video or two ago, I thought that I was very impressed with the fitness level of Gabriel. And maybe 8 games in such a short period of time took its toll on Gabriel. But I love the way Gabriel was bowling fast, and I hope he's fit, and I hope he's ready to play the next time he's called upon. Because a fit Gabriel is very instrumental to West Indies cricket. A fit Shannon Gabriel will benefit West Indies cricket tremendously. And although I'm happy that Jamaica win, and he left the field yesterday, and maybe I was happy that he never had to bowl, but from a personal point of view, from a physical, healthy point of view, and from West Indies cricket point of view, I hope that he's fit and everything is all right with Shannon Gabriel. Because Shannon Gabriel was bowling fast. And the other thing, Shannon Gabriel should not have to share the leading wicket taker in the tournament with Odin and Nicholas Gordon. All 3 of them got 15 wickets. But Gabriel economy, Gabriel's strike rate, and Gabriel average was better than the other 2, was better than Smith and Nicholas Gordon. And I think that should be a tiebreaker, and he should have won it outright. So I really think that Gabriel should be the one who should have gotten it outright. All 3 of them got 15 wickets, yes, but Gabriel's strike rate was better, it was lower. Gabriel average was lower, and Gabriel economy was lower than the other 2. So I really think he should have won it outright. So that is something that Cricket West Indies probably need to look into. So the next time that there's such a tournament and there's such a bowler of the tournament who got the most wicket, they could look at tiebreaker. Because in this one, Smith, Gordon, and Gabriel finished with 15 wickets and they share the trophy. It should not be. Gabriel should have gotten it. Mr. Reefer is our best umpire in the tournament. All other umpires are below par. So big up to Reefer, Mr. Casanova, if you see it that way. I don't think I was looking at individual umpires that closely. I was looking at umpires overall. But if you see Reefer as the best umpire, well, let's shout it out. Reefer was the best umpire in the tournament. Let's shout it out. And kudos to Reefer. And I hope that the standards that he sets, that the others will try to come up to that standard. So big up Reefer, big up Mr. Reefer, and I have to respect the views of this community. If Walton was sent at that time, it may have been a different game. We could not have that. Okay. So Sheldon, what you're saying, that Jamaica had was to win at all costs? Sheldon, talk to me. That's what you're saying, that Jamaica had was to win at all costs. Sheldon is saying that Jamaica had was to win at all costs. The next person that I want to touch on this morning is Odin Smith and the way the Jamaican media house and the print media is treating Odin Smith and the persons to the calling show. Now, there was a match against the West Indies Academy when Odin got caught out on the boundary. And the entire Jamaica, callers to the talk show, the media houses, sports commentators, the print media, all of them lambasted the young man over that one shot. When I look back at that shot, I think the shot was on. And if you look back at it, I think it was a game against the West Indies Academy, and he had hit the previous ball for 6. And I believe that that other ball could have gone for 6 too, but he was caught in two minds whether to play it on the ground or whether to hit it for 6. And if he was playing his natural game, he would have hit that ball for 6. However, he got out, caught on the boundary. And he was lambasted all over Jamaica. All over Jamaica. Everybody took to him on social media, callers to the calling programs, commentators on cricket, the media houses. They lambasted the young man. Yet still, Sheldon saying, Mr. Casanova, Sheldon is sort of debating with you because Sheldon is saying that Reefer is the person who did not send Walton. So this is lovely. I love when there's a different of opinion and persons defend their opinion without getting personal, but just talking from a cricketing point of view. That's lovely. I love this. So Reefer is the person who did not send Puran. Coming to you, Sachin Singh. Congratulations. Sachin Singh is saying, congratulations, Jamaica. Thank you, Sachin Singh. Thank you. So they lambasted Odin Smith. Now, in the semifinals, and I just want to go back to the semifinals. I remember Odin Smith got 15 wickets in this tournament. In the semifinals, look at the semifinals. As the Gleaner puts it, because the Gleaner was the only one who gives him some commendation. As the Jamaica Gleaner puts it, Odin Smith, 5 for 65, restricted Guyana to 318. If you look at that batting pitch, it was a belter. Over 640 runs scored on that batting pitch. All the pace bowlers, all 6 pace bowlers in that match went for 7 runs or more per over. All 6 pace bowlers. It was a batting pitch. Smith got 5 for 65. He out Edmire when he was well set. He out Rutherford when he was well set. He out Shepherd when he was well set and hitting away the ball. If Smith did not get those 3 wickets, Jamaica would have been chasing 350 in that match. I'm not saying that his performance was better than Rovman Powell, who got the man of the match. That's not what I'm saying. But if Smith had got the man of that match, it would have been also a good decision. It was Smith bowling why Jamaica only have to chase 318 on that pitch. Jamaica won that match with 11 deliveries to spare and was in cruise control from about the 40th over despite chasing 318. It tells you that that pitch was a belter of a batting pitch and more batsmen should have scored 100. So Rovman Powell 100 shouldn't be the exception. But in that match, it should be the norm. And I want to say again, I'm taking nothing away from Powell innings, and I'm taking nothing away from Powell getting the man of the match in the semifinals. But Smith was also in that conversation. And when the Jamaican media and on social media, in the print and the broadcast media, are praising Rovman Powell for that semifinals victory, Smith's name should be in that conversation. So the next time, if his name is not in that conversation, it's only fear that the next time he played a bad shot or he gets a wicket with a no ball or he bowl over that go for 15 runs, he should not be criticized either. If we cannot praise the young man when he does well, we should not criticize him when he does poorly. And so I'm saying, give the young man his praise, because even in that match, when we were chasing the 318, he came and he played a few shots and took the pressure off Powell. And just like last night when the team was under pressure, he came and played 2 big shots and settled the nerves of everyone. Mr. Casanova one is saying that we really need a review system in these CG United tournament. I was thinking about that, Mr. Casanova, and I was looking back and I was saying that in the Sheffield Shield in Australia, do they have the review system in their domestic tournament? Or In England, in the county cricket, do they have the review system in their tournament? Isn't the review system only available for international matches? So while it would be good that we could have it in our regional tournament, I was looking back and I didn't see it. I didn't see it in the Sheffield Shield in Australia. I didn't see it in county cricket in England either. I didn't check India or South Africa, but it is not available in these two competitions, and these two countries are big countries in cricket, Australia and England. Just a minute. So you understand what I'm saying, Mr. Casanova? One, these countries, they do not have it either. So while we would want to have it, we should not necessarily be lambasting Cricket West Indies for not having it, because these countries do not have it either in their domestic cricket competition. The standard of umpiring need to improve though, right? Moving on from this tournament, who are the players we should be in the West Indies ODI setup? I'm going to be looking at that in more details tomorrow. I plan to look at that in more detail tomorrow morning, Sachin Singh. I hope you'll join me then, but I really plan. But if you have an 11 from this tournament, would you like to put it in the chat so that we can see? Yeah, put your 11, put your 16 in the squad in the chat so we can see Sachin Singh. I'm just Smith need to learn to bowl. Most of his 15 wicket was at the back end when the batters were swinging. George Nolan, that's not true. In the very first match, look back at it, George Nolan. That's not true. That's not true. Look back at the tournament. Even, remember, in this game, he got Puran. In the semifinals, he got Imlak, who batted 3 for Guyana. Etmire, who everybody knows, Rutherford and Shepherd. Those were 4 of the 5 wickets he got against Guyana. In the first match against the Leeward, remember that he owed Powell, he owed Thomas. It's not true, George Nolan. Yeah, no, George Nolan. I don't usually comes out and say these things definitively against persons in the community. But George Nolan, look back. You're not talking the truth. And most of Smith's wickets, if you look at them, they were all caught by the wicket keeper. The wicket keeper took more catches off Smith than any other bowler in the Jamaica team. Look back at it, Nolan. I'm sorry about this, but you're wrong on this one. He got more top order batsmen and more big bat in this competition, more than tail enders. Look back at it, Nolan. Mr. Casanova, number 1. Powell, King, Atanase, Bravo, and possible Hodge. And I also like Wickham. These players should all get a look in for the ODI going ahead. Okay, that's Mr. Casanova team. Sheldon, Powell is being pushed and presented to be the next West Indian captain. No problem. TNT cricketers play under anyone. I'm going to look at Powell and the West Indies captaincy shortly, Sheldon, and I hope you'll come in. Mr. Casanova is asking, Sheldon, out of Powell and Puran, who do you think is a better captain? Now, as you mentioned that, in the chat, we are asked the question. I'm just going to give the chat result. We're over more than 200 persons in this community. In the poll, over 200 persons responded to the poll. 53% of those persons are going with Powell, 27 with Puran, and 20 with Shea Hope or Shy Hope, as some persons might say. No, George Nolan, it is not most. Of the 15 wickets, I can call some top order batsmen off my head that Smith got out. Imlak, Etmire, Rutherford, Puran, Powell, Thomas, Carty, who made the first century in the tournament, batting at number 3. So that's 7 off the top of my head without looking at any statistics. 7 out of 14. Rutherford, not Rutherford, Shepherd, who everybody knows how dangerous is that 8 out of 15. It is not most Nolan. I'm not debating with you. check the records. I don't like disagree with members of my community. I just love us to express our opinion. But on this one, Nolan, you are wrong. I call those 8 names that I called 8 dangerous batsman names. Just check the record, please, Nolan, off the top of my head without doing any research. Powell captaincy has been exceptional. George Nolan think that Puran should go. Sheldon Smith is saying that both of them are average. Luck has gone Powell way. So the debate rages on. Now, I want to look at that West Indies captaincy, and I want to say upfront. Let me say this upfront. I'm a Jamaican. I love Powell. And I think that one day Powell will become captain of the West Indies team. I think. In fact, if Powell should play for the next 8 years for West Indies and he does not become captain, every one of us in this community who support West Indies cricket would be happy. You know why we'd be happy? For Powell not to become captaincy of the West Indies, it means that the West Indies will be winning so often that we do not need to change a captain. Do you agree with me? So I believe, and I don't think the West Indies have the ability to win that often. So I believe in my heart that one day Powell will become captain of the West Indies. I don't think the captaincy is West Indies' problem. I don't think the captaincy is West Indies' problem. So up front, I'm saying that one day, and maybe not in the too distant future, Powell will become captain of the West Indies. I remember last year, this time, most of us were calling for Pollard to go and Puran to take over the captaincy. That was the cry last year, this time. Now, 1 year on, we are calling for Puran to go and for Powell to take over the captaincy. So next year, we'll be calling for Powell to go and someone else to take over the captaincy. Now, I am not in that. I think, as I said, that one day Powell will be the captain for the West Indies cricket team. As it stands right now, there's no vacancy for the captain of the West Indies cricket team. Puran has said that he's not stepping down. That's what Puran has said. So the debate is raging between Mr. Masakano, Mr. Casanova, and Sheldon. Come on, Sheldon, be fair. Puran is below Powell with tactics and leadership. At this stage, Sheldon replied, I said, at this stage, I will give it to Powell to stop the infighting. Okay, Sheldon being a Solomon there. Okay, I understand. But I'm saying, in my opinion, and not my opinion, Cricket West Indies have not said that Puran is not the captain. They have not fired Puran as the captain. And Puran said that he is not stepping down. So at this moment, there is no vacancy for the captaincy of West Indies cricket. No vacancy. Puran is our white ball captain. And I, as a supporter of West Indies cricket, is going to support Nicholas Puran until such time that he is no longer the captain. I will not call for another person to be the captain of the West Indies cricket team while there is an incumbent captain. I will not do that. I will support the captain until either Cricket West Indies remove him or he step down. And at this point, none of those is happening. And so I will support Puran as the captain because he is the white ball captain for the West Indies cricket team at this time. I cannot stand here as a supporter of West Indies cricket and go ahead and support and call for the removal of our captain when I don't think that that's whatsoever wrong. That is what is wrong with West Indies cricket. I don't think that is the captaincy. I think we should support our captain. Whoever is the captain of West Indies team will not change the result. Will not change our results in international cricket. I believe so too, Singh. Unless that captain is going to come in and instill a different set of discipline and work attitude and intensity into the players. It could sing, Shasin sing, it could. If we have a captain who's going to instill discipline, a higher intensity of training, a better work attitude, it could affect him. Because I think that one of our challenges is that we are not training hard enough. We are not training with enough intensity. We are not training long enough. So if we have a captain who can instill these things, backed up by the coach, we may see a change. But as I've said, and get me right, I don't have anything against Powell. I don't have anything against Puran. And I said that one day I believe that Powell will be the captain of the West Indies team. I believe that in all my heart. If Powell plays for West Indies for another 8 years, he's now 27. If he plays for West Indies for another 8 years and is not the captain, it means that West Indies cricket is doing very well. That's what it would have meant if Powell doesn't captain the West Indies. If he plays for another 8 years, it means the team would have been doing very well. But I think that one day he'll be the captain. But I'm asking, once Puran remains the captain, let us support the captain. Let us not be calling for another captain when we have a captain. That is my view. Now, criticize him, point out what he's doing wrong, give him words of encouragement, show him where he can go. George Nolan is saying that Purans make too much simple mistakes. George Nolan said Puran makes too much simple mistakes. I take that view, George Nolan. I'm not going to debate that one. I'm not going to debate. I accept that position. I accept that position, George Nolan. Yes, you said that he makes too many mistakes. Mr. Casanova one, all I need is for Puran to focus on his batting so we can be a better team. Sachin Singh, the only batsman that bats above a 100 strike rate in this tournament is Rahman and Puran. This is poor compared to the international standards. Not necessarily true, Sachin Singh, because I was going through it. I don't remember the names, but I know that Odin Smith strike at 104. I know that Odin Smith strike at 104 in the tournament. I don't quite remember the other name, but I know that at least Odin Smith was at 104. So that's three. And because I was doing some research on Odin Smith, that's why I picked it up. That his strike rate was 104. So it was not only Puran and Rahman alone. Powell will give the guys a proper cuss out. Puran is too easygoing. And Sheldon, it's a question. If TNT had won yesterday, what would be the report? Sheldon, you have to call me out for the year and we could discuss that, man. Horace Williams. So Horace Williams, the team is a poor team, and so is the captain. Is tactical or lack thereof is bad. Plus, does he want to settle down? I'm not sure. Powell will not improve the team either. He's only okay, but not great. Thank you for your opinion, Horace Williams. And I see the deep thought process coming through. You know, I always say that this is a wonderful community, you know. But looking at these comments, you see how intelligent and bright the persons in this community are. You can see the deepness of their thought process coming through. Look at Horace Williams. You know, all of you are so deep in thinking about it. When you put away the emotion, you know, and concentrate on things and think about it, it's always such a good thing. So good comment, Horace Williams. I appreciate it. But as I'm saying, there's one thing I want to bring up. And again, this is not a bashment for Rahman. No. When Blackwood was appointed captain of this team, the regional 50 over team, at that time, the West Indies team was in Australia. Please smash a like on the video, share and subscribe. Please share this video and subscribe it and subscribe, please. I'm sorry about that. When the West Indies team was at the World Cup, for this tournament, Jamaica named Jermaine Blackwood as the captain. As you know, the West Indies team got knocked out and the team returned home. So Blackwood was named the captain. But Ravman Powell was named the captain of Jamaica team for last year's tournament. And the Jamaica Cricket Association did not advise Powell that he is no longer the captain of this Jamaica team. So when he came back from reliable sources, very reliable sources, inside sources, when there was a controversy whether the captaincy should be taken from Blackwood or Ravman should get it, that controversy, who should captain the team, that was the point that Ravman Powell made. I was named captain of this team and I was not informed that I was no longer the captain. And so the JCA succumbed to that point of view. Well, I don't know, succumb maybe is the wrong word. But rationally, the JCA said, yes, we did not advise him that he's no longer the captain of the team. And clearly, Blackwood was just sitting in because Powell was at the World Cup. It's the same thing here. Nicholas Puran is the captain of the West Indies team, and we should support our captain until he steps down or the West Indies Cricket Board fires him, remove him as captain. As I've said at the beginning, one day, and maybe not too far in the future, Powell will be the captain of the West Indies cricket team. But if we continue to operate at the same standard that this team is operating now, a year from now, we'll be calling for Powell heads, just like how we called for Pollard head last year and is now calling for Puran head. We'll serve a captain this team. If there's not a change in attitude, if there's not a change in the intensity of how we train and the number of hours how we train, if these things do not happen, if our batsmen do not improve, we will still be calling for captains after captains. And it is not the captains who are the fault of West Indies' poor performance, unless this captain can instill a different level of discipline and intensity in these players. Unless this captain can get the batsman start practicing a wider variety of shots. Unless this captain can get the players to be fitter. Unless this captain can get the players to concentrate more, the game won't improve. So if this captain is going to come and operate at the same standard that Pollard did and Puran did, whosoever the captain is, that is not going to make the team better. So I am saying, and I love Powell. I love Powell. He's a Jamaican. I support Powell. And I think he's doing a marvelous job. And at the beginning of this video, I talk about how he was a master yesterday, last night in that match. He was a master. He brought on himself and broke that first wicket partnership. He did so many good things. When Carrier and Hussain was building that partnership, he brought on Nicholas Gordon, and Nicholas Gordon broke that partnership in his. He did so many good things yesterday. Odin and Primus bats at the later stage of the game, which required them to increase the rate. I'm referring to the top five. Okay, Sachin Singh. Okay, I understand. Yes, because now that you bring up Primus, I must tell that Primus ends this competition with the highest strike rate. Yes, it was Primus. Yeah, Primus had the highest strike rate in this competition, higher than Puran and higher than Powell. But you're saying you're referring to top five batsmen. I got the point. I see what you mean. Sachin Singh. But Primus ends this competition with the highest strike rate of all the batsmen. Sheldon, the flag situation is what I have an issue with. The flag? Explain that to us, Sheldon. Horace Williams. The JC has been poor for years. Didn't expect any better. I agree with you. Puran is captain until the selectors say otherwise. We need to get rid of individual country. First thing, region. Very good, Horace. Very good. First thing, West Indies. And I've said it all the while. When I'm picking a West Indies team, I don't see Jamaica. I don't see Guyana. I see West Indies. I don't see Barbados. And that is one of the reasons why Jason Holder said he doesn't want the captaincy of the team again. because when he wants to pick the best team, he's told that he have to pick somebody from another country for equity. Supernova, does Powell, Shepherd, and Odin Smith make it to that ODI series versus South Africa? Yes, Supernova. Yes, they do. And the better question would be, who would they replace? I still believe in Casey Carty and the ODI setup. I'm going to go into that deeper tomorrow, Casanova 22. Please join me then. But you see, Shepherd and Odin Smith, right? In particular, Shepherd and Odin Smith. If you look at their strike rate and their economy when they are bowling and their average and how quick they get wickets, West Indies is the only country who's leaving out two players like that, you know. They go for runs sometimes, especially at the back end of the innings. And what I noticed, they will bowl 3 good overs and then bowl a bad one, and everybody comment about the bad over and don't see the 3 good one and don't see the number of wickets, right? Because look at Odin Smith. Because as I said, I was doing some research. It's fresh in my head. Look at in T20 internationals since August, Shepherd is the only bowler who's getting more wicket than Odin Smith. That's Shepherd. Joseph, the big bowler. Joseph. You understand me? And Odin Smith will bowl 2-3 good over, just like Shepherd, and then he bowl a bad one, and everybody talk about the bad one. And this is T20 cricket. I saw New Zealand opening batsman, what's his name? Finn. He took Stark for 17, Cummins for 18, and Azewood for 19. And I don't hear the Australian lambasting their bowlers. So we need to appreciate that in T20 cricket. I will always have Shepherd and Smith in my team. And it's not a matter of who they will replace or who will play with them. A lot of credit should be bestowed on the coach of the Scorpions. Andre Richards is my good friend. Give Puran a longer run. Not a good look to be changing captains every year. Charles Taylor, thank you very much. Andre Richardson, there's a story about Andre Richardson and I when I was in Guyana at the CP, where Richardson helped me through a little situation. So I'm very happy for Richardson. I'm very happy for Richardson, and I'm pleased. And I know when I see him that we're going to have a drink. So I'm very happy for Richardson, and he should be getting a lot of credit. Mr. Casanova, Powell will make it to the ODI team again for sure. Not sure about Odin and Shepherd because Gabriel is knocking on the door too. The challenge that I have with Gabriel, as I said earlier in this presentation, in this show, Mr. Casanova, is that we don't know about his fitness. But what I want you to do for me, Mr. Casanova, check Odin Smith bowling and batting record in ODI cricket. It is far better than T20. Check Shepherd performances also. There was a match in which Shepherd went for over 100 runs in an ODI game. But check his performance after that. These two guys is always a one over that is messing them up. Check it. Check the record for me, Mr. Casanova. It's very good. It is very good. So, you know, these comments are also I'm a Bajan. So do you think it will help to increase the popularity of cricket in Jamaica again? Yes, it does. And the thing about it, you know, a lot of cricket is being played in Jamaica. You know, what is not being played in Jamaica is unorganized cricket. But a lot of organized cricket, sufficient. Okay, sorry about that. Thank you everyone for tuning in. Thanks for the comment in the comment section, and thank you for participating in the show. Please slash a like on the video. I'm asking you to slash a like on the video. Share the video with your friends and ask them to subscribe as we build this community. So please share this video with your friends. Ask them to subscribe. Share it with the persons in your group, in your Facebook group, in your Instagram groups, and so on. Share the video with them and ask them to subscribe. Thank everyone for participating. And I appreciate your comments, and I look forward to reading more of them in the future. Thank you again. Have a great Sunday. And I may be back in another hour or two. I'm just going to get a rest, this jaw, and I'm going to back with a very, very interesting development, international cricket. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. Your comments were welcome. Please slash a like on the video and share it in your groups and your Facebook groups and WhatsApp and so on. And ask your friends and your group members to subscribe. Thank you, everyone. Have a great Sunday. See you in a little bit.